Alright, welcome back, guys. This is the General Games End of GenCon 2017 wrap-up video. I'm here with Ryan, and we have a lot of food in front of us.
We do. Good food, good Pepsi, good year. It's been a long weekend. It's been a long few days, actually. It's been a really good GenCon. 50th anniversary of GenCon, which is pretty amazing. I don't really know of any other cons or trade shows or anything that have gone for 50 years.
Can you imagine what they were exhibiting 50 years ago? It's just Gary Gyzak's in a booth with a couple of D&D
'em. I reckon
books.
it was done at a restaurant or something like that, right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, an amazing GenCon. So much stuff. We had a pretty good plan for this GenCon. Actually, we had everything mapped out. That was done. That plan went right out the window. More or less 6 o'clock. Wednesday late Wednesday evening, around 6 o'clock this time, where the leak for Legion, Star Wars Legion came out, and it was like, wow. And the funny thing was, I think we mentioned this, that we were literally talking about a game like that, like literally an hour or so before. We had this extensive conversation in the room saying how good would it be if they did a miniatures game, which was a step beyond Imperial Assault and those sort of things.
Yeah.
And we were excited, and then literally, the gods responded and announced. And then
guys kicked in.
Exactly. We'll go into Legion. We're going to do a separate video for
what we know about
Legion.
Star Wars Legion.
Yeah,
and we know a fair bit about Star Wars Legion.
It's safe to say we focused on it pretty heavily for this trade show. We spoke to a lot of people. Had some pretty extensive conversations. You might have seen the interview we did with Alex Davies. After that interview, we actually kept talking to him, and then we just quickly started recording again because we got a couple more spoilers. We got some more in-depth information on the rules. So we'll go through all that in a separate video. There's a lot to cover off with that, which will require its own video. This is really just a wrap-up of GenCon beyond that. What was your favourite thing? What was the thing that you found impressed the most from GenCon?
As you all know, we're very Fantasy Flight facing and very Star Wars facing in our store, so learning about Star Wars Legion was a huge highlight for me, but also just seeing and meeting the developers of my favourite game in person, face to face. They're such great guys. That was one of my favourite experiences. Just being able to say, hey Lucas, well done.
Yes.
Great job on Destiny. Hey Alex, fantastic job with X-Wing. Hope you knock it out of the park with Legion. And just hearing their opinions on some burning questions I've had for so long.
And I've got to give a really big shout out to Alex Davey. I've worked in a lot of industries. I've worked for some high-end corporate companies, and I will honestly say, I think from a company ambassador, he's one of the best that I have seen. He is so approachable, such a nice guy, and for anyone who has spent some time speaking to Alex Davey, whether it be through Worlds or at a trade show or a conference like this, the guy is just really super approachable. He's happy to sit there and talk to you about these games. He's as passionate about these things as we are.
He's the biggest gamer. He just wants to talk about his craft all day.
Yeah. Really good guy. Can't talk him up high enough. The other big highlight for me was the Gumbo.
The Alpha Star Wing.
Yeah, the Star Wing. As I said, I've been waiting for this ship for such a long time. Since I started playing X-Wing, I used to play the video games, and this was one of my favourite ships in that. Really like the mechanics of it. They've released the article today. We saw that.
Yeah, I posted it just up earlier before.
So check that out. Cool, the ship's really good. The reload mechanic is really good. It's going to add a whole new dimension to X-Wing. Really liking it, and that's one thing would like to see with X-Wing is expanding on those in-game mechanisms to bring some more things to make ships more unique. The bullseye thing that we talked about.
The bullseye firing arc is awesome. Not being able to spend focus or evade tokens on defense. If you get the ship right up in there, I'm a big fan of that.
The other thing, the highlight for me was obviously was being able to stream the in-flight report through Fantasy Flight. So
yeah, that was unexpected.
Yeah,
we were told that we weren't going to be able to do that,
and then we were able to do it.
And then we managed to talk our way into it.
Yeah,
weasel our way into the front row.
So that was good. So that was really good. It's really fascinating to see that the new Destiny Empire War looks good again.
Can't come fast enough.
Yeah, we're talking about all the stuff that we love. We played the Legend of the Five Rings demo.
Yep.
It's a really in-depth game. It has a lot of back strategy, and the dueling is going backwards and forwards.
It's like a showcase of elegant design.
There's
a lot in the box. There's a lot to learn, but every single step is completely ergonomic, completely elegant, and it's a great example of Fantasy Flight's design prowess.
Yeah, and I feel like the game will swing one way or the other. You're never really going to be 100% confident that you're winning. You're constantly going to have to be thinking and strategizing how you're going to achieve victory. And there's a lot of different ways you can achieve victory in it. And we'll put together a video. We've brought copies, so we'll have it in store, as we've mentioned in previous videos.
I was teaching one of our new buddies from Quiet Speculation the game
Yep.
last night, and he's just like, he's a Magic player, and he's just like, whoa, there's so much in this box.
Quiet Speculation guys are good. We've had a few drinking. And look, that's the one thing with GenCon. GenCon goes beyond just the trade floor. You know, there's the night activities, the parties, and those sort of things. It's tiring. It's tiring. It's a week of bloodshot eyes, but it's a really good thing. The best way to describe GenCon for people who haven't been, if you took all the gaming passion and all the people who love this industry from all around the world, focal them in one spot in Indiana, and then you just see that explode. It's like a supernova of culture.
The whole town gets taken over.
It does. It's just basically, we rule Indianapolis for those few days. Every cafe, every shop.
They don't seem to mind.
Yeah, and they're promoting it. There's like, come on in, GenCon attendees and that sort of stuff. We were walking to that pub, and there's the guys in the Jeep in dinosaur costumes yelling out, just random stuff like that, which makes it.
Half the population dresses up.
Yeah, it makes it really good. Even the staff at the hotel here, we were served by Princess Peach. We were checked in by Princess Peach.
We definitely were.
So everyone gets behind it here, which is really, really good to see. The passion is really great. The trade floor is fantastic. Like
it's staggering.
Yeah.
You walk into the preliminary building, which is the size of our convention centers in Australia, and it's just full of tables. And then they're like, "Oh, this isn't it. There's another one."
Yeah.
And you walk in, and it's just everyone's booths look amazing. There's like floor to ceiling, like banners hanging, exploding kittens. There's a big bear from Weird. Like it was amazing.
It's jam packed, and you see in the play area, like there's. Speaking to guys, there's people who only meet each other at GenCon, so they only connect every year at GenCon, and they play these games which aren't really mainstream anymore. A lot of them are like older mechanics, like BattleTech and those sort of things.
They have the historic wargamers, the Little Wars guys. They have,
and they just get together and they might play these games.
Star Wars miniatures. I saw.
Yeah, that was good. They just get together and play these games once a year, keep these things alive. From some of their favourite games. We all have those favourite games that we used to play, which you'd love to be able to. Scratch that itch even once a year and get together a group of community. That's what GenCon's about. It's really about connecting people and showing that passion.
I went for a walk around the hotel room last night, and every single meeting room and table around the bar area is just full of board games.
Yeah,
board games. There's D&D sessions. There's other there's Starfinder, which came out. There's all sorts of different RPG systems, and just people gaming.
Yeah, people playing games everywhere.
Every shape and size gaming.
Yeah, is it a flat surface, and that includes ground? Odds are someone's playing.
There were people on the ground.
People are playing board games, card games, all that sort of stuff, and it's great because there's random people connecting to one another. Yeah, people. Yeah. It's a really, really inclusive community. The other big thing that I really like to see, again, just walking around the booth, is the quality of miniatures and the passion that people are putting into. There is so much choice now for gamers. I mean, you're looking at
we focus on the fantasy stuff, I think, because that's what we do in the store. But there are so many other systems out there, and they are all excellent.
If you have a interest in something, odds are there's a game or a board game or something that will fulfill that interest for you.
I've got an anecdote about that. I recently rewatched the Legend of Korra series from Nickelodeon, and I was thinking it'd be really cool if they did a pro-bending board game. I'm walking around the convention yesterday, last day, and I see one.
Yeah.
Some guy's like, "Oh, this is coming on Kickstarter September 7th." I'm like, well, that's easy. It's done.
That's it.
I'll be back in that.
It fulfills that itch for you, right? It's a great thing. So I think as an industry, it's in a really, really good spot. There's a lot of stuff coming out. The hard thing for us is choosing what to buy. There's only so much you can play and do, but I'd rather have more choice than not enough choice, and the industry's definitely supporting that at the moment. It's good. I mean, for us, for even the 40k tables, we saw the 40k tables.
Yep.
GW was there this year, which was really good to see. So much trade, like the cards, we look around, we saw the Black Lotuses and those sort of things.
The Magic vendors.
Yeah, the Magic vendors. There's a lot of money there.
TCG players were all squirreling away with their scanners.
You look at a case and it's like, there's about $50,000 worth of cards in that case.
Yeah, the old smash and grab will do pretty well there.
That's it. Just distract them while we run. The cosplay, I mean, the effort people put into cosplay is
the effort and
huge.
Raw talent as well. Like it's really, really good to see.
It's amazing. It's again, it's that, and which is what it's what we're about. We want to give the passion to those, and we were really happy to be able to share as much of this as we could with everyone back in Australia. We're in some pretty good, tight-knit talks with FFG. There's a lot we're planning to work with them to get some more content down to Australia. We should have some pretty good announcements for PAX coming up, some pretty
stay tuned
special.
for that.
Yeah, if we can pull off what we want to pull off, it's going to be pretty amazing at PAX. What else? I think there's so much we could talk about. Food's getting cold, but there's so much we could talk about.
There is a lot we could talk about. I think we'll be happy to answer questions in the comments.
Yep.
So just dump all your little questions and comments and maybe little anecdotes if you're here. Who knows? It'd be great to talk to people who are also at the con and share experiences. And we'll get back to you in all that.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of content and we'll perpetually update over the next couple of days to check out. But yeah, we appreciate your support, guys. We appreciate your feedback. We'll see you back in Melbourne, back in the store. Take care.
All right, thanks, guys. So yeah, hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. We've had quite a bit of an uptick recently, so keep that going and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.